All right, my people, welcome to the only stretching routine that you will ever need. Okay, this will hit everything. So stay patient, do the best that you can do. If there's anything that you feel you can't do, you can do it. Okay? You just have to get to where you can go, and don't think that you're going to get to where I am anytime soon. It's going to take some time, all right? But every one of these stretches you can do. You just don't cop out. Do the best that you can and be patient, all right? I don't want to hear it. You can do it. So first position we're going to get into is everyone's least favorite. So ideally too, guys, you're doing this either post-workout or at the end of the day. You should not be doing this before a workout or at the very beginning of the day. You want your body to be a little warm, right? So if you need to warm up a little bit, hit the warm up and then get into this. But again, if you're doing this post-workout or at the end of the day, your body's probably loose and warm enough, okay? So first stretch we're going to do is everyone's least favorite, the straddle pose. So this in and of itself is difficult for most people to even get into. If that's you, remember what I just said, okay? Get to where you can go, okay? So a lot of people, they're here and they're like, oh my God, I'm stuck. If you're stuck, bring your legs closer together, as close as you can comfortably feel, where you can bend forward even just a little bit. And this is good right here. Hold it. You can interlace your hands behind your head and let the weight of your arms kind of bring your head down, and you will feel a stretch in your spine. Even if you have to bring your legs closer, right? If you have to bring a kettlebell in front of you or something stationary like a table leg just to hold on to help kind of pull yourself slightly forward and keep the balance, do it, okay? For everyone else who can get a little deeper into this, we'll spread the legs as wide as we comfortably can, and then we will go into it, okay? So again, go to where you can go and just hold it for this whole time. We're gonna hold each stretch for about 2 to 3 minutes, and I'll tell you when it's time to change, but let's start now. So we're gonna get into it. And basically, guys, all we're gonna do is relax forward, okay? So again, if you're up here and you're feeling the stretch, that's good, just stay there. If you can come a little bit more down, closer to your elbows, that's good. Hands on the floor, you can use your hands to subtly pull yourself forward. The idea here, though, guys, is you should never be above a 7 out of 10 in intensity. Meaning you should be able to talk comfortably. Your voice should be unbothered by this. If you're feeling like your voice is stifled or you're straining or grimacing, you're going too deep, okay? The whole idea is to relax into the stretch, all right? Just let your body relax. Let the head drop, let gravity do its thing, okay? And over time, you'll get low. When I was first starting this, I was stuck at the top too, all right? This stretch, if you can't even get into it like I described earlier, you need this more than anybody, okay? This is why you have any pain in your body whatsoever, I can promise you. Can you imagine what your body will feel like when you get to the point where you can touch your head to the floor? Can you imagine what's happening in your spine, in your back, in your hips, in your inner thighs? Can you imagine in your knees, in your calves? You feel it everywhere, okay, guys? And when you get to the point where you can put your hands on the floor like this, and we're holding this whole time, by the way, I'm just talking through it, we're reaching through our palms. You can feel a stretch all the way inside the biceps, the shoulders, the neck. This is a full body fascial stretch, okay? This is the most powerful stretch of all stretches, I would say, okay? So we'll just relax here a little bit longer. And when we breathe, guys, we want to breathe in for 4 seconds through the nose, and then out for 8 seconds as if we're fogging a mirror with our breath. And if you want to breathe in that same way too, breathe in that same way. Sinking deeper and deeper with every breath. We'll hold it for just a little bit longer because I was talking a lot. If you need to come in and out of it, that's okay. Listen to your body. Remember, you shouldn't be in agony. You should feel a little discomfort, but you shouldn't be in agony. The whole idea of stretching is relaxing the nervous system, actively relaxing. So don't push. Don't push or pull or try to stretch deeper. Just get to a place where you feel the stretch and let gravity do its thing. Completely relax your body. Okay, we'll come out of this one. And again, if you want to hold it for longer, hold it for longer. If you want to pick any of these stretches and do them for longer, do that. Come out of it nice and slow though. Even maybe pat the inside of the legs, get the blood flowing a little bit, shake them out. Be careful. Don't move too quickly in or out of any of these. Okay, so next stretch we will do is simply a down dog, which is also not a favorite of a lot of people. So we'll simply just push our head through our arms and our butt up to the sky. Maybe your heels are off the ground, maybe your knees are bent, that's totally fine. Keep them that way. Maybe you can barely get your head through your arms, that's fine. This is what we're working into. Shoulders, hamstrings, lower back, calves, ankles, all of this stuff will start to open up, even your wrists. So we're just gonna hold this for about 2-ish minutes. And if you need to come out of it and rest, that's okay. But try to hold this as long as you can and relax, okay? Again, wherever your body is where you should be. You just want to feel it. It doesn't have to be agony. It should not be agony. Might be some slight discomfort though, because challenge forces change. And actively breathe through and relax. 4 seconds in through the nose. About 4 seconds, and then about 8 seconds out through the mouth, as if we're fogging a mirror. Feel the stretch in the shoulders, guys. Press your palms and your fingertips into the ground as you try to get your chin to your chest. Feel that stretch. So move a little side to side, putting weight a little bit more in the left arm, a little bit more in the right arm, shifting. You can pedal the legs out a little bit, bringing the right knee forward and pushing the left knee straight, and then vice versa. Relaxing here. The straddle is probably the worst one we're going to do, so don't worry. Almost there. Again, if you need to shake out your arms, you can come in and out of it nice and slowly. But try, guys, try to spend your time. If you need to bend the knees, that's okay. You're still getting a great stretch through the hamstrings and calves, even if your knees are bent. Don't feel like your knees have to be straight. Okay, it comes with time. Now we'll slowly come out of it. Get to the knees. We'll shake out the hands a little bit. Like we're trying to get some water off our hands, like we just washed our hands. We don't have a towel. Shake them out. And then we will go into a pigeon pose. So for this pose, this is quite challenging for most people. You can just stay here, okay? With your left or right leg in front of you, and try to have it at 90 degrees in front of you, okay? This back leg, don't worry about it too much. It could be curled up a little bit. It could be at 90 degrees as well. And if you feel like you can even push it straight behind you like this, but still keep this left leg or whatever leg's in front at 90 degrees, best that you can, while keeping the knee on the floor. If the knee's coming up like this, then simply bring this knee closer and adjust as needed. Okay, so we're gonna get into this. I'm gonna stretch it out. And the idea is you want to kind of twist your body toward the front leg. Square your shoulders to your leg. Okay, so you shouldn't be twisted like this. Resist that by twisting your body toward the leg. And we'll hold it for as long as I say, just about a couple minutes. And again, just try to relax here. Try to erase any and all tension. You can start to come forward a little bit. And if your knees get uncomfortable with any of this, you can simply put a little blanket or towel or something like that underneath your kneecap to keep it from getting uncomfortable. But you want that. Your knees will get stronger from this. But everyone's at a different spot. So just hold it, breathe. So my left leg is in front of me right now, so I can reach with my right arm. And with my left and my right arm kind of to the left of my left knee, I can almost use this as leverage to twist my spine as if I'm like sitting in a chair trying to crack my back. Trying to relax the lower back, create space in the vertebrae, between each vertebrae. Keep your head tall as if there's a string pulling through your spine. You can even bring your opposite elbow toward your opposite knee. Feel that twist and stretch. Just a little bit longer. Maybe you come all the way down to your elbows and just relax. Don't worry about the back leg too much. Just worry about keeping your shoulders square to your front leg that should be at 90 degrees. And also, again, if this can't get to 90 degrees, go to the best that you can. Maybe you got to tuck your foot in, okay? Do the best that you can. No copping out. Now we'll slowly come out of this. And as you can guess, switch. And again, if you need to pull this foot closer to your groin, do it. Do whatever you need to do to make this doable, but just try your best. Get into the stretch, don't be in agony, and try to relax through it, okay? We'll get into this next side. Starting now, we'll hold it for another couple minutes. Same principles here. We can bring our left arm toward our right knee and twist. If your right knee is in front, if your left knee is in front, then you take your right. You get the idea. It's the cross here, the opposite elbow to opposite knee or opposite hand to opposite knee. Press against the floor and use that as leverage to kind of twist your spine. Again, if you've got to pull this foot in, do it. It's okay. Staying tall. String pulling the spine. And come to your elbows if you'd like. Just relax. Almost there. Trying to keep the shoulders square to the leg in front of you. Slowly come out of it. Now we will come into a frog pose, guys, okay? So we're going to hands and knees, start to walk the knees out a little bit. Bring the insides of your feet to the floor, like your ultra duck foot mode, and then simply get to your elbows, okay? If you can push your knees wider, just let your body go where it can. If wherever you feel it, if you can't get to your elbows, stay here. Maybe this is far enough, right? Maybe you got to bring your knees closer. Maybe this already feel it. Again, go to where you can go. Don't cop out. All right, if you can, come to your knees. And if you can, tuck the pelvis, like flex the abs a little bit. Round your lower back, and you'll feel it deep into the hips. And be careful. This will pinch. This will hurt. And this is good. This is what we want to work on. Work on some internal rotation of the hips, and most of us don't have this. One side may feel more sharp than the other, and that's fine. We'll work through it. And slowly, as we hold this position, we can push our hips/butt toward our feet. We'll hold it for Just a couple minutes here. If you want more of a challenge, you can bring your feet farther from each other. The farther your feet are from each other, the more you'll feel it deeper into the hips, keeping that pelvis tucked. Your lower back rounded, essentially. That's how you want to think about it. Pressing your elbows into the floor or your hands, wherever you're at. Breathe in for 4 seconds, out for 8 seconds. Just another minute here. This is one of the best stretches you guys can do for back pain, I'm telling you. If my back ever kind of hurts or whatever, this is my first go-to pose because it takes all the pressure off of your back. And most of that pressure is due to the fact that our hips lack this mobility, this internal rotation. Actively relaxing. Almost there. And slowly, carefully come out of it. All right. Now we will come into sort of what I call a Sphinx position, where you let your hips completely come on the ground, tops of your leg, quads are on the ground, hips are on the ground, and then we're just going to extend through the spine like this. Got our elbows on the floor. Keep your glutes sort of tight and try to create distance between your vertebrae. Try to not scrunch your back. Try to, again, imagine there's a string pulling you at the top of your head. Use your elbows to bring your rib cage away from your hips. And keep your butt flexed to protect your lower back if you're feeling it pinch your lower back. If you're feeling a lot of pinching in your lower back, no matter how you adjust, then maybe just come out of this one. And you can spend some time in this position instead, where your hips are toward your feet and your arms are stretched forward, head is on the ground. If you're feeling, a horrible sensation in your lower back, but actually, this is what you want to do for your lower back. Okay, keep holding it. Almost there. Well, not almost there, but I will let you guys know. And if you're able to handle this and you want even more of a stretch through the front body, push to your hands. And this sort of sensation through the spine, although it feels like you're crunching the spine, it must be bad, this is exactly what you want to do to actually get rid of low back pain. But you got to be patient and work your way here. Creating distance. Flex throughout the back. Keep your back active. Okay, don't just collapse here. Try to, again, create space and distance between the vertebrae. Pressing through your fingertips, keeping your chest forward and tall. Again, we could be on our elbows. That's totally fine. Gotta keep an eye on the time. Breathing deep into the belly. Almost there. Extend the neck a little. Look up. Make some neck circles even. And we can slowly come out of it. You can swivel the hips side to side a little bit. Now we can bring into the next position. Get on your hands and knees, and then you can bring your right foot up next to your right hand. Crawl it up if you need. This might be enough right here. Okay, if this is it, stay here. If not, come to your elbows. And we'll stay here for a couple minutes, okay? You could let the toes be on the ground for your back foot. You could just have the top of your foot down, whatever you feel is most comfortable for you. Okay, whatever you feel your body needs. But just relax here, open up into the hip. If you need to angle this foot out a little bit, that's fine. Okay, again, figure out what feels best for your body and do the best you can. You can do this though, even if you're here. Even if your leg is back here a little bit, right? That's okay. Just do the best you can. Do not cop out. Don't say you can't do anything, because you can. It's just maybe not close to as deep as I'm going, but you will get there with due time. Your body will open up. I guarantee you. It's all of our God-given right to move like children. We all had this mobility at some point, and we lost it by being stiff adults that sit in chairs. Another thing is, never sit on the couch, guys. Never. You should always be sitting on the floor if you can, and that's so taboo nowadays, but who gives a shit, right? You can laugh at the people who have stiff hips and spine while you're moving like a child for the rest of your life. So when you're watching TV, the idea is you don't have to make this stretching routine a whole separate routine in your life, okay? You can simply, after you've gone through this a few times, you know all of the positions, and you can start to just do them as you watch TV, whenever you would normally watch TV during the day. And let's be honest, we all pretty much do that. So you would just be sitting there anyways, so you might as well be knocking out this quick, efficient stretching routine. About 20 seconds left. This way of breathing, too, will teach your nervous system how to relax under stress in all situations, okay? Switch legs. And same thing here. We will hold it. Take your time. Starting now. This will make you a calmer, better person. When you're more flexible, you move through life easier. Things are less challenging. Movement is easier. Everything is easier, guys. Obviously, movement is easier, but even just stressful life situations don't hit you as hard. Because what we're doing right now with just this is basically like a therapeutic breathing practice while you're working deep into your body, undoing tension and trauma and stress that is pent up in our nervous system. People think that stress and memory is just held in the brain, but keep in mind that your entire body's an extension of your brain. Your nervous system runs all the way through your spinal cord into all of your extremities and everything in your body. So your whole body is like a brain, if you really think about it. And it's true. You know, we hold pain and trauma in our body. There's actually a book called The Body Keeps Score. It's a very interesting book. You should check it out. But this, my friends, is really, it's doing more than just getting you flexible. This is healing you from the inside out. And this is like a meditation. It has almost the same effects on your mind. It's making you calmer, more connected with yourself, with your body, and just healing so much pent-up shit, literally. Almost there. All right, we'll slowly come out of it. Almost done. Next position. We're just going to, almost like the crab stretch that we do from our warm-up, except we're gonna walk our hands back a little bit more, as much as we comfortably can. Palms can be off the floor as long as your fingers are on the floor, or you could keep your palms on, whatever feels comfortable for you. Fingers facing the same direction as you. And simply use your heels to pull your hips forward until you feel a good stretch in the shoulders, and just chill here. You can even keep the legs up like this. You can let the legs stretch out. Just feel the stretch in your shoulders. You can even nod your head yes. or no. Make a circle. Feel it. But you'll feel this in the shoulders and the chest. You could drop your head back. You'll feel it in your forearms and your fingertips and your hands. Whatever feels good, keep the arms straight. Walk yourself out a little further if you can. And just chill here. If you feel like you've gotten too deep, use your feet to push your hips closer to your hands again. And just find exactly where you can just relax. Just relax, let the shoulders open up. Play with keeping your head down or keeping your chin down or keeping your head back. You can move between those. This is so good for the shoulders, the forearms, the elbows, your carpal tunnel syndrome, all of that. You can fall asleep here. Again, if you feel like you're too deep, you can push your hips closer to your hands. You can use your body to lift up a little bit, lift that chest up. Feel it a little bit more in the shoulders. But even right here is just fine. You can flex the triceps a little bit to keep the arms straight. Push your palms toward the floor as best as you can. Almost there. All right. And maybe for any one of these stretches, guys, you feel like, oh my God, my body needs this. You know, once you got all this down, you're doing it on your own. Just spend a longer amount of time in it. Shake the hands out and the arms out nice and slow. Ooh, you feel that? And then we will get into some twists. So we're gonna get our back to the floor, arms at our sides like we're being crucified, and simply drop your knees, both of them together, to your right side while trying to keep your left shoulder on the floor. If your left shoulder lifts up, it's okay. Just do the best that you can and hold it. Just like this. I'm gonna reorient myself a little bit so I could see the time. Using your right hand over your left knee to keep your legs down, and just relax here. Try to keep that left shoulder on the floor as best as you can to emphasize the twist. When we twist like this, it's so good for correcting some imbalances in the hips and alleviating any back pain, spine dysfunction, if you will. But also, when you breathe deeply while you're in a twist, breathing deeply into your belly, the diaphragm presses against the organs that are already being smushed by the twist. So it's almost like you're just really wringing the towel dry that is your body, getting all the toxins and gunk out of your organs. Almost there. Almost there. Now we can slowly start to come out of it. Bring your hips back to the center. Arms at your sides, knees together. Let them fall to the left now. Use your left hand to help guide the knees. Left hand on top of right knee. Try to keep that right shoulder and elbow on the floor if you can. If it's lifted, that's okay. Just make the effort, and we will hold this for another couple minutes. Breathing audibly, making sure you can hear your breathing. Keeping the spine nice and long, like there's a string pulling on your head. Coming out of it if you need, but you should be fine. Feeling the difference between this side and the previous side. About a minute left. Almost there. All right, slowly come out of it. And I just have one last position for you guys. So we will basically come to our knees, sit on the tops of our ankles, tops of our heels rather, like this. And this, for most of you, will already be a lot. You can keep your hands next to your legs and kind of put weight on your hands if you need to come in and out of this, because this will be a lot on the knees, the shins, the ankles, and the feet. But if you can, chill here. If you can bring your feet outside of your butt, your hips like this, chill here. And if you can, get all the way to the floor on your elbows. You could chill here and use your feet against the your hands against the soles of your feet to press your feet and decompress your spine. You could feel so good. You could drop your head back. We're holding it. Don't worry, I'm looking at the clock. Just a couple minutes, and if you need to come in and out, come in and out. Don't go too low unless you're ready, because this is a lot on the knees, okay? Go to where you can just feel something. It doesn't have to be too deep. Open up over time, or you will hurt yourself, so be careful. So the feet are outside of the hips. And then if you want, you could even come to your back if you can. You'll feel kind of a pinching sensation in your lower back, which is fine. Just relax. It's decompressing. Feel a huge stretch in the quads and the knees, the front shins, front of your ankles, feet. Almost there. Do not go too low. Super important. Be careful. And I have a particular way of getting out of this, so especially if you're in this little pretzel like me, you gotta be careful. About 30 seconds left. And even if you're just staying on you're sitting up, your hands are on your sides, you're putting weight on your hands to alleviate pressure from your knees, that's good, guys. You need this. You need this. If you're not even able to, comfortably sit on your heels for too long, it's a huge sign that you need to be doing this, okay? So don't say, I can't do this. Yes, you can. Your body can. You're just locked up from years of not using it. If you don't use it, you lose it. Okay, now we will start to back off slightly. So if you're on your elbows, slowly push your way to your hands. If you're in this position like me, what I like to do is just slowly lift one foot out and then the other foot, nice and slow. That easy, and we're good. Now just stretch the legs out in front of you. Get on your back if you're not already on your back. Arms at your sides, back of your head is down. And we got the corpse pose here. And now just chill here. And this, guys, is something I used to neglect when I did yoga. I would just be like, oh, fuck this, and stand up. Don't do that. This is probably one of the most important positions you can do. If you can hold this for a long time, you will see gravity is your natural chiropractor, okay? So what you're doing is you're aligning your entire body. You'll feel it. If you stay here for like 5 minutes, you'll start to feel your lower back relax to the floor. You'll start to feel all sorts of shit happen. But just relax. Gravity, again, is your natural chiropractor, and we're gonna hold this. I'll let you guys know when we're done. Just relax. Relax everything. This is why this is perfect to do before bed. You can pass out right here. Thank you, God, for this wonderful yoga practice. Even though it's not technically yoga, you call it whatever the hell you want. Just stretching and breathing. Flexibility practice. But remember, guys, it is our God-given or universe-given, whatever you believe in. It is your right to move free. Just like you did when you were a child. You can get back there. Trust me. It'll take some time. You can do it. But all right, that, my friends, I think is good. I hope you enjoy this. If you could do this every single day of your life, you will be the best person you can be. This might arguably even be more important than all the other stuff that we do, guys. This stretching is just phenomenal, especially in today's day and age of high, fast-paced society, sitting, staring at screens, hunched over. This is what everybody needs. So just know that you're getting your dose and that your level's above most people. But with that said, much love to you all, and keep at this. Peace.